WGER from Berwyn, Illinois. And you know, when I'm not off shooting an episode of the Oprah Winfrey Show with Cyndi Lauper, or being in a TV pilot with William Shatner, or in a feature film with Leslie Jordan or Mary Lou Henner, or shooting an in-sync album cover with all those boys. A shout out to JT. I'm just a regular gal, but I have a dirty little secret I'd like to share with you now. You know, here in Berwyn, we love to have Christmas all year round. And some of the gals in the block bring to me their poinsettias, you know, those wonderful Christmas flowers. My neighbor Mickey downstairs brought hers up and said, "Charlene, what can you do with this?" I said, "Throw it out, just throw it out." But this is what I do in my spare time. I train poinsettias into trees. And these are all my own homegrown. So instead of that looking like that mess, yours can look like this. Right here. Right here. There we go. Yours can look like this all year round. As a matter of fact, it does. Why? Because it's a fake. Throw it out. But I'd like to show you how you can have for real these plants from these little green cuttings and these taller green shoots to these beautiful red, multicolored, white, salmon pink, hot pink, and big, beautiful red globes of your very own. So do you have a minute? All right, I thought you would. Well, come on and join me. Let's start at the very beginning. A very good place to start. I was just singing. All right, we start with taking the cuttings. First of all, did you know that the poinsettia is named after a man named Joel Roberts Poinsett, who was our first ambassador to Mexico in the 1800s. Yes, and he was from South Carolina. He was a doctor, and he saw these beautiful red flowers at Christmas time adorning the churches in Mexico, southern Mexico, and he shipped cuttings to his own greenhouse in South Carolina, and it took a little while to catch on, but before you know it, it was our national Christmas flower, and December 12th is National Poinsettia Day. They actually pronounce poinsettias, not poinsettia. There's no point in poinsettia, except what's your poinsettia? Well, let me tell you how I start. This is always, let's say in August, I root the cuttings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to prepare my rooting cubes. This is Floral Oasis. You can get it at any hobby store. And I cut them into little cubes about 1 inch by 1 inch. And we'll do it right here. Oh, careful not to slice your finger. They don't grow. All right, and we're gonna submerge it in water just like this. We'll put it to right now. Then we're gonna go to the plants. Now, this is one of the stages of the poinsettia. It's gonna flower next Christmas. So we'll show you how we take a cutting. We find a nice, healthy branch, about 3 inches long. I know it's a little short for my taste. And we just take a little cutting right under a leaf node where the leaf, there you go, you gotta grab it. There we go. And we take off the bottom leaf and it has milk. Now they say that poinsettias are dangerous. Well, they're not really. They say that a young kid can eat, I don't know how many pounds of leaves before they start to feel sick. But why chance it? So we dip it in cold water to let this sap, they call it, harden and form a little callus. And while that's hardening, we see if here we go. This is our cube is all nice and moist. And we're gonna take a number 2 pencil, that is. And we're gonna make a little indentation where we'd like to put our cutting, about 1 inch down. Here we go. Oh, it's right in there. It's absorbed the water. I just dropped it. I got butterfingers. It's the number 2, it's a little slippery here. And next we're gonna take our rooting hormone powder. I'd like to sprinkle this in my sitz bath once a week. It really makes a girl feel young. Oh, anything with hormones in it. Here we go. We have our rooting hormone. You can get this at any garden center. All right, after about 10 minutes, let's see if it hardened. Oh, it's nice and hard. You know it. We're gonna dip this like so in the rooting hormone powder. There we go. Oh, that's great. Now, are you ready for this? Stick it right in deep. Oh, yeah. Make it real tight in there. Oh, it's dripping a little bit. Yeah, it's a little too wet. All right. And there we have our first cutting. Then you go, I have my humidity dome. It's called a propagation dome. I'd like to go to there on vacation. And we put it in. Now I always cover the tray. Let's set this down. I'd like to cover the tray with a plastic garbage bag so there's no bacteria or viruses or fungus in there. And I generally have several of them. And I put in here, and then I spritz it. And we give it a little spritz, like so, and cover it up, and keep it out of the sun. But I grow every windowsill's got plants, and these are fluorescent lights. Without the fluorescent lights, they'd be nothing. Of course, this is Berwyn, Illinois, so you know our sunlight is not that good in the winter months. So this sits here, we keep it a little shaded and keep the humidity high. It could take about, 6 weeks or so. You see little roots coming out of here. That's when you know it's when you see lots of roots, then you pot it up. These days everyone's talking about pot. Well, this is a different sort of potting it up, if you know what I mean. You know, you get a little, what do they call it? High, that's it. Okay, now we're gonna show you the next phase. And here we've potted some freshly rooted cuttings up, and they're starting to grow already. They're in about a 2-inch pot, you see? And we have the fluorescent lights because I'm gonna get a little technical now, what's it called, botanical. Poinsettias are short day plants, which means they flower when the days are short. And when the days are long, they don't flower, they grow. That's why we have the lights on, because we don't want them to flower, we want them to grow. So right now they're growing. They're gonna be perfect for next year. So anyway, this is rooting. We potted these up and we keep the lights on, and out there, I put them outside for the summer and then bring them in until they get about 3 feet high. And this is one example. This was 3 feet high, and then I put a little stake in it, a little support, so it doesn't break. And then when it gets to 3 feet, I take my fingers and I just pinch off the top. Just give it a little pinch. But don't call it sassy. You give it a little pinch, and then before you know it, all these little side branches are gonna start. And you let them grow. And you can see here on the cuttings we took, these side branches are already pretty tall. We want them to even branch more. So we're gonna even pinch, we're gonna prune it again. We'll do the one that we just took a cutting up. Here it is. All right. And we're gonna cut it, I'd say back to here, where the leaf is going outward, so the branch grows outward and not inward. And we'll just throw that out. So now, we fertilize this, in the summer, every week or so, with a good fertilizer that's high in nitrogen. And then we let it grow until it's about this height, and then we let it flower. Now, I grow these under lights, but the ones I want to flower, like these and these, I have the lights shut off. Oh, there we go. Something just shut off, I hope. The lights shut off when it starts to get dark outside. That way it encourages the flowers to happen. I'll just turn this on for the sake of the camera. Pardon me. And then before you know it, you start to see little red leaves or white leaves at the very tip. And we change the fertilizer to a blooming fertilizer. And voila, right by Thanksgiving or so, you see the colors happening. And this too can be yours. Imagine these. Look how beautiful they are. Oh, they're gorgeous and they make me feel so good. Well, I'm Charlene Unger, UNGER from Berlin, Illinois. Just on the night, like the 4th of July, 'cause baby, you're a firework. Come on, let them show your worth. Make them go, oh, oh, oh. Make them go, oh, oh, oh. Baby, you're a firework. Come on, let them show your worth. Oh.